How to get over an ex-best friend. I'm 17M. When I was 12, I met a guy named John, not his real name, and we quickly became friends. I had never had friends before and was bullied because of being fat and other reasons in elementary school. But in secondary school, on the first day, I met John. We quickly became friends and spent all our time together. I was a people pleaser, and thus I always tried to win his validation, but he would never express great interest in me as a person, more so just a friend. He was my best friend, yet I felt as though I was just one of his friends. We spent roughly 4 years being friends, through the course of which I changed. The first year was obviously the most smooth, and then John left my school to go to another school, and this didn't hinder our friendship at all. He made friends over at his new school, and we made a new friend group with a guy named Bob and Steve, fake names. I was always the fat guy, and although I wasn't RLY bullied over it, around the 2-3 RD year he started nicknaming me fat. Well, I admit we were edgy teenagers, but still, it negatively affected me immensely. Also, anytime I'd ask him to stop something that he may say or do that hurts me, he would stop but use it again to hurt me at a later date if we had an argument. My friendship in the 4th year with him became more turbulent, as for the first time I started fighting back instead of taking the ridicule. We would play video games regarding basketball with each other, and every time he won he would screenshot it and use it in arguments against me, calling me poop in the game and shit in real life. He was always better than me in basketball. I'm not good. He knew this was a point of great insecurity for me. Our friendship got more and more turbulent during this period, with arguments being more and more frequent, until one day in October where we started an argument. John was a refugee, and it was a frequent joke from the community, but I poked fun at his family living there and them getting bombed someday. I'm not proud about what I said, and I deeply regret it. After I had said that, he said the words which haunt me to this day. At least my mother isn't a prostitute. My mother is an amazing woman who is a teacher alongside my father and is a model. She's a young mom, and so I would be ridiculed and told obscenely sual remarks about her from friends in the past, and John knew this thing was essentially my biggest weakness, as he had defended me numerous times. When John said that I gave him a chance to apologize right after, and he never did. John would never admit weakness, never apologize for anything, and generally always tried his best to be the best at something in our friend group. His ego was the reason our friendship never worked. From the day onward, we stopped talking, but 2 weeks later I called him and apologized for my actions, and told him kindly and gently that I had appreciated how much growth he had helped me go through, and how he had been there for me in the past. I apologized to John about what I said, and he seemingly apologized too. I monologued for like 10 minutes, and all he said at the end was that he respected my decision and ended the call. What hurts is I never mattered. I was just some random friend to John. A year has passed, and I've made wonderful friendships, a new friend group, people that respect me, and even a girl who loves me. But I can't help think about John. He's still friends with some mutuals, and many of them told me he was glad we weren't friends anymore and that I was too clingy. He has never attempted to contact me again. Furthermore, one of my friends, Bob, told me that due to our last argument being recorded, it was over Discord. He asked Bob to make some Sigma male edit of me getting violated. When Bob and John were speaking, and John found out me and Bob were on speaking terms again, he laughingly compared me to the devil. To this day, he has never cared. I see him still on Instagram on our mutual stories, and it breaks my heart. I feel like I haven't moved on, and I fear the day if I come across him in person. I've grown as a person, lost the weight, become more attractive, but I still don't know why I don't even miss John. I just feel like I'm not over it. I was never respected and cared for. I was hurt by the one guy I kept so close to me. I don't know what to do, and if anybody has any pointers to move on, please tell me. If it involves speaking to him one-on-one, I'm not going to do that if that's okay. I always feel like he's still better than me, and that in some way I'm inferior to him, which scares me.